Hey, this is Scott Grove from Imagine Grove, and I'm giving this live Facebook feed a try, but I wanted to show what I made yesterday real quick. I wanted to make a video camera tracking system that automatically but track the camera along some runners, and you know, for a time lapse, just so you don't have a still sort of static image. You have the sort of slow pan. You see that a lot in some of the new movies, like, I don't know, House of Cards I can think of. Anyhow, this is what I came up with. The first thing is I need a gear motor, so I'm going to turn the camera around and continue talking. Let's see if this works. Good. So what I did is I took apart my microwave, and the bottom of the microwave has this turntable, and right here was this very simple gear motor. In addition, I took out the door latch, which was right here. So I started thinking, when the door shut, there must be some sort of switch that turns on and off the power. So what I came up with is this here. So here's the motor, simple gear motor. I took a old spool that had some twine on it and put an extra divider in there, mounted that all up, kind of put this motor through the acrylic. I then sort of hot glued that to all this business, put a bolt on this side with a T-nut, and now I got this mechanism. In addition, I then took the switch, take my rubber bands off here. I took the switch here. Now this switch was normally open, which means there's no power allowed until you close the door and when you push this here. Well, what I actually did is I opened this up and I switched the contact from this side over here to make it normally closed, meaning the power is on until you hit the button, and then that turns the power off. So, and I mounted that all there. I then made a, let me show you here. So I did have I did buy a store-bought sort of camera track, and I wanted to pull this along the track. So I made this entire track system, and this string here hooks on. This is easier than I thought it would. Hooks on there, and a little spring, which was just a simple rubber band, and this one on this side. Initially I just used gravity. I tilted the whole track to pull this up, but I found by having a secondary cable go around the bottom, it kept this moving a lot smoother. It seemed to sort of kept jerking a little bit. So that was sort of the system. And then this thing just runs back and forth all the way down here. It also was trying to keep this thing straight, so it was wandering off and hitting the side. So I then put two pieces of pipe here to kind of keep this running nice and smooth. And then a couple clothesline pulleys to bring the string around the bottom. I also decided to put a PVC on the bottom to protect the string, and I sort of built this housing so when I put this in storage it's not going to ruin it. So that's pretty much how it works, and I'm not going to waste your time plugging this in, but when it comes here it runs and hits that little button and turns the power off. Got to put it the right way. And you can't really hear that. But anyhow, that's how I made my video track system. Look for videos at Imagine Grove.